Hello everyone, welcome to La Excellence IAS Kalam Program, a GS Mains Answer Writing Initiative, Season 2, Episode 48. La Excellence IAS is coming up with online live General Studies Prelims cum Mains batch for the year 2021. Admissions have already started. The classes will be conducted live on Zoom platform. For more details, call to the numbers given in the description. Let us now move on to today's question. The question says, the purpose of the Council of States is to ensure federal spirit and enhance deliberation of the laws in a more responsible way. Comment on the statement in the context of increased concerns raised against the relevance of the upper house. This question is for 10 marks and we have to write the answer in 150 words. This is from General Studies Paper 2 and from the topic of Structure and Functioning of the Parliament. The subtopic is Role and Relevance of Rajya Sabha or Council of States. If we look at the context why this question has been asked, May 13th, that is today, marks Rajya Sabha's first sitting in 1952. We are celebrating 68 years of this day of formation of Rajya Sabha and Rajya Sabha's first sitting. There have been opponents of Rajya Sabha since its inception, even before the formation of constitution, that is even in constituent assembly debates, there were proponents as well as opponents to Rajya Sabha. Proponents wanted it as a safety valve in parliament so as to prevent knee-jerk legislations from being passed. Also, they wanted it to articulate states' interests. But opponents viewed Rajya Sabha as being obstructionary or superfluous, that is not a necessary one, because they considered it as not being truly representative or accountable. Despite some of these criticisms, Rajya Sabha has stood the test of the time and worked as a revising chamber. It furthered the federal interests of various states, helped in introducing various landmark bills like Penalizing Untouchability Bill and also Right to Education Act, etc. So May 13th being celebrated as 68 years of Rajya Sabha's first sitting day, this question has been asked. If we look at some of the value addition points that could be written in this answer, we can write about constituent assembly debates, wherein you can mention about what proponents said and what opponents said regarding Rajya Sabha. Also, in the articles of constitution, you can mention about Article 249, which gives power to Rajya Sabha to pass a resolution so as to authorize Parliament to make laws on the state subjects. You can also write about Article 312 of a Constitution, which says that Rajya Sabha can authorize Parliament to form a new All India service. You can also write about some of the Commission's recommendations regarding the status of Rajya Sabha. For example, Sarkaria Commission recommended no change in the role of Rajya Sabha, which upheld that Rajya Sabha is not obstructionary and it is essential in the Parliament. You can also write about National Commission to review the working of Constitution's recommendation. It said that domiciliary requirement was essential to ensure the federal character of Rajya Sabha. And apart from all these things, you can also write about some of the bills wherein Rajya Sabha played an important role in passage of bills. That is the examples of various bills which were passed easily by Rajya Sabha. Or you can also mention about the bills wherein Rajya Sabha was obstructing the passage of bills. So these are the value addition points that you can write in this answer. Coming to what is to be avoided while writing this answer. While reading about Rajya Sabha, we read mostly about the special powers with respect to Rajya Sabha, that is Article 249 and Article 312. And also what are its disadvantages with respect to Lok Sabha. That is, it does not enjoy the same powers with respect to money bill as Lok Sabha enjoys. But don't restrict your answer only to these special powers or only to these disadvantages with respect to Lok Sabha. Try to be more broad in your answer. Coming to how to write the answer in the introduction, body and conclusion format. The introduction could be written by describing about what is Rajya Sabha, what is its function in brief. For this purpose, we can also enhance the first statement given in the question, that is, the purpose of Council of States is to ensure federal spirit and enhance deliberation of the laws in a more responsible way. Otherwise, we can write about the context, but I would prefer the first introduction. Coming to the body part, we can divide the body into two parts. In the first part, mentioning about the various criticisms of Rajya Sabha, about various resolutions that have been passed so as to dissolve Rajya Sabha or to eliminate Rajya Sabha altogether. Coming to the second part, you can write about why is it necessary to keep Rajya Sabha in its place. Okay, so what are the various roles that Rajya Sabha is performing so that it is necessary for keeping it. Coming to the conclusion, you can summarize the importance of Rajya Sabha, ending the answer on a positive note. Let us now look at a sample answer. The person writes, Rajya Sabha or Council of States is the upper house of Indian Parliament. The members are indirectly elected by the state legislators, while Lok Sabha is occupied with full-time political activists. Rajya Sabha hosts people from various walks of lives like business, sports, culture, etc. So here he is giving a description of Rajya Sabha in the introduction. I think it is a good introduction where he has told about difference in the composition between Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, saying that Rajya Sabha members are indirectly elected, and he is also telling that Rajya Sabha hosts people from various walks of life. And then he is going on writing about criticisms of Rajya Sabha, wherein he writes, not directly elected, hence less accountability. He then writes superfluous body. Some of the constitutional writers have said that Rajya Sabha is a superfluous body because it is just passing the bills which have been passed by the Lok Sabha. That is the upper house being a superfluous body. Then he writes impediment to democratic expression. Here, by democratic expression, he is referring to Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha consists of members who are directly elected and they reflect the immediate will of people. But because some of the bills passed by Lok Sabha will lapse on dissolution of Lok Sabha if Rajya Sabha has not passed them, it is an impediment to democratic expression, he is saying. He then writes lapsing of bills pending in Rajya Sabha upon dissolution of Lok Sabha. This is the point which I told in the previous point. What is it? Whenever Lok Sabha has passed a bill and the bill is pending with Rajya Sabha after Lok Sabha has passed it on to Rajya Sabha. In such a situation, if Lok Sabha is dissolved because of completion of term, then the bill also lapses. Bill is going to lapse. For example, last year upon dissolution of Lok Sabha, some of the bills which were passed by Lok Sabha like Triple Talaq Bill and Citizenship Amendment Bill lapsed because they were not passed by Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha got dissolved. So these are the criticisms of Rajya Sabha he is mentioning. One is that it is less accountable because of not getting directly elected. It is functioning only as superfluous body when it is not amending the provisions which are included or amending the laws which are passed by the Lok Sabha. Or it is being an impediment to the democratic expression when it is obstructing the Lok Sabha passed laws or lapsing of bills pending in Rajya Sabha. Then he writes, post-independence, multiple resolutions and private member bills have been introduced in Lok Sabha seeking to abolish Rajya Sabha. So there have been resolutions which have been introduced many times seeking to abolish Rajya Sabha altogether. But the essentiality of Rajya Sabha kept it alive. So he is telling that though resolutions for abolishing Rajya Sabha have been introduced, but because Rajya Sabha was essential, it is still alive even after so many years of independence. Let us see what he writes further. He is writing here the roles performed by Rajya Sabha, wherein he is writing that it is a revising chamber providing for deeper reviews of laws. Revising chamber. That is, whenever there are some flaws in the laws passed by Lok Sabha, it will act as a revising chamber. He then writes wider platform for talent and expertise. This point he has already written in the introduction, he is just reiterating. That is, various experts from businesses and other fields can be roped into Rajya Sabha because they are nominated by the parties and state legislators, because of which it is giving a wider platform, not just politically active people, but also others with great talent and expertise can gain entry into the parliament so that their views also will be considered in making laws. He is then writing, it was established to institutionalize federal principle of Indian Constitution. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar during the Constituent Assembly debates said that to institutionalize the federal principle of Indian Constitution, Rajya Sabha has been formed. It helps in articulating states' interests. Because Rajya Sabha is the Council of States, these Rajya Sabha parliamentarians have got the responsibility to articulate the state's interests. He is then writing, brings about continuity because it is a fusion of new and old legislators. What happens with Lok Sabha is that it gets dissolved every 5 years, and having elections every 5 years, the Lok Sabha's interest is more on impending political issues rather than on long-term approach. Whereas Rajya Sabha, being a continuous house, there will be new as well as old legislators, and as a result, long-term vision will be there in the minds of these people, and so it brings about continuity in the legislative process. He then writes, part of constitutional checks and balances scheme within the legislature itself. Usually, the constitutional checks and balances refers to judiciary balancing the legislature's power, also judiciary balancing the executive's power, etc. But here, Rajya Sabha is a part of the constitutional checks and balances scheme within the legislature itself. He also is writing about various important bills like penalizing untouchability, prohibition of dowry, right to education have been first passed in Rajya Sabha. So this is another example wherein Rajya Sabha has played an important role in the functioning of our system. He then writes, the Council of States was formed to ensure federal spirit of the Constitution. Its role is not only legislative but also to increase the deliberative functions of the Parliament. Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. So this is the conclusion he is trying to give, wherein he is telling that he is trying to repeat the statement which is given in the question, where he is writing that Council of States was formed to ensure the federal spirit of the Constitution, as well as its role is not only legislative but also increasing the deliberative function. So he is trying to repeat whatever has been said in the question, and he told that the statement has been given by Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, who was the first Vice President of India. So this is his answer. If we analyze the entire answer, he has written a good introduction describing about Rajya Sabha, how it is different from Lok Sabha. Then he wrote about some of the criticisms of Rajya Sabha, and then about how multiple resolutions and bills have been introduced seeking to abolish Rajya Sabha. And then he went on to describe the various roles performed by Rajya Sabha which are making it necessary to be kept in place. He then wrote a conclusion in which he has written the statements, or he has tried to repeat what has been given in the question, and he has also quoted the first Vice President of India. I think it is a good enough answer. Let us all come to the end of our discussion. Before ending, let me give you the task for today. Read about the differences between the powers of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha and also their composition. Read and make a short note of it to keep it ready for your mains preparation. Okay, let us all meet again tomorrow. Thank you.